You revealing this to me now would give more background as to why perhaps he soured on me, which would make sense because
What was your relationship like with Sage Francis?
um so in the beginning, I really loved him. I thought he like I mean not thought he was a really again lyrically incredible rapper, great freestyler, great live performer. He to me had actual level that a lot of even other lyrical MC like I read, not just I mean, I'm not talking shit, not just like Stephen King and being sci-fi and pillowcake. I read, like classic novels or whatever. I could tell Satan read. You know what I mean? Like he really read, and he read poetry, other things that were other than strictly like hip hop stuff or sci-fi stuff, like whatever things are the type of milieu that we were in. He had kind of like a real depth to his lyrics that made him seem kind of much older than his years. He also was like weird because never fucking tell his age. Like he always was. He actually was. But I remember and he came to Pittsburgh and did a show at the Shadow Lounge. I think I and it was like a great show. And he pulled it, and we had like a really good freestyle session at the show. He was super cool, and like I used to talk to him, like early on, like back in the day. Like he was very accessible too. That's the other thing. They're kind of like big shot underground guys. Against big shot underground guys like being the tallest midget. He was really accessible. You know what I mean? Like you could hit him up, and he'd talk to you. He'd tell you he thought was going on and whatnot. Yeah, it seemed pretty. It seemed pretty positive. Yeah.
He told me that you had asked him for a connect to a promoter in the Netherlands back in the day. So he hooked you up, but after the promoter had some interactions with you, they were extremely pissed off and they hit him up and asked him, "Why did you do that to me?" Do you remember what happened with that situation?
I'm trying to remember now. Was it because I sent shit to I had like merch shipped to the dude's house or something like that, and they hit him with a tax bill?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know either. So he asked me to ask you.
Okay, yeah, I don't. That might have been it. That might have been it. Yeah, that might have been it. If it was, that's 100% my fault. You know what I mean? I was,
Right.
I'm not here to like blame. I'm trying to remember now because I was on an MSN email probably from like 20 years ago. That was probably it. Yeah. The one thing I'll say was that like, and I guess maybe he felt like it wasn't a business or whatever. Like he himself never said anything to me about it. I think it was just like after that point, and I didn't realize it. He didn't bump me any. Yeah, I mean, it was like it was a hard right or hard left turn. Now that I'm thinking about it retrospectively, no, if I cost that promoter money, dang, and I didn't reimburse him, then that's 100% my fault. Yeah, that's that's not good. It's definitely not how I've lived my life since then. Yeah, that probably was it. Now I could just be like, oh, it was probably only like a 200 euro bill or whatever, but that's a lot of any amount of money is a lot of money. I think that was probably why, but I don't because I'm trying to think like what else I would have done. I did a show with a guy I wasn't in to him. I think his dad gave me a ride somewhere or whatever, and I paid his dad. I'm trying to remember like the specifics of like the mechanics of this like show I did. So, I don't know like what else. Yeah, I don't know. That's the best I can guess. That's my best surmisation. So you revealing this to me now would give more background as to why perhaps he soured on me, which would make sense because if I got an opportunity and then he was felt like he was in behind the guy, then it would do to me. Yeah, no, that's not cool. I just wish that he would have told me that was the case. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know. I didn't even know I didn't even put those two things together until now.
Yeah, because he said that he still feels bad about it, but he doesn't know what happened though. He just knows that the guy was really upset.
Right.
That's what.
That was probably it. And if that's the case, if I'm right, again, I'm trying to like really like remember. I'm trying to sit here and remember here. If I go in my Gmail, it won't be there because of a totally different email. Like I wish I could literally pull up the emails and like actually I look at, you know, or whatever. I'm trying to remember. I think that was probably it. And if that's the case, then yeah, that was a fault.
Yeah.
That was a fault. Yeah. No, let's I certainly never meant to inconvenience anybody or whatever, but intentions are sometimes meaningless. I cost the guy loot. That wasn't the only time that happened too. Like Icon had a back in the day you could send FedEx stuff internet with a number. You didn't need to like have a credit card. This is old school analog shit. You could just write a code number. And we had one for a major record label. So like we sent an ungodly amount of merchandise around the world. Like we would send merchandise every single place we were going to go to avoid carrying. Because think about it, the way fuck you up, and a lot of times they find your stuff because we have work visas. You're just sneaking into countries like tourists, crap, and they would throw you out. Some of those places, like England and stuff, like they weren't playing. They would throw you the fuck out. So we would ship everything ahead of time and have like drop zones where we could like cover more merchandise to sell throughout our tour. I remember my boy Rasmus in Denmark. He got smoked for a fucking like serious tax bill or whatever. We paid it. That was like yeah. We could. I remember like making all this money selling merch and then like get taxed like European. Okay, I think the whole Erasmus to pay the import duty. But yeah, no. So we would do that. We would literally mail like on FedEx ungodly amounts of shit all around the country and then just catch up to it as we got there. That was like one of our cost saving stratagems.
Right.